going on, YouTube? It is Saturday, February 17th, 2024. Where does the time go? Well, I'm making some big moves in a couple different directions. And I got a little bit more specific on it in my Rumble video. So if you want to check it out over there. There's reasons I'm more specific over there than over here about it. But I think I'm getting phased out at work, to be honest with you. I'm seeing some signs, some indicators, and what I'm not going to do is be out on my butt. So I'm making a decision that I'll tell you about in a minute, and y'all can laugh, you can poke fun, whatever you want to do, but failure is not an option. Dipping into my stack, for me, is not an option. Not being able to continue to stack is not an option for me. So, you know, a couple things have been going on. I think I'm getting phased out. My cost of doing business by going to work has gone up. I have a minimum of a 500 mile a week commute. That also adds up to more time, you know, spent on the road. Honestly, it's probably more like 550, maybe even 575 a week in miles. There's no reimbursement for that. So that affects a lot of things. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions. This is merely what I'm doing in my life. And it means I can't stack as heavily as I'd like. Although I've been killing the platinum game lately. I'm supposed to have more arrive today, but you know how the trusty USPS is, so I guess it'll be coming on Tuesday, supposedly, since Monday is a President's Day holiday. And another order should be arriving Tuesday, so we'll see if it's a double order day for me. That'll be cool. I've been getting a couple of those lately. We'll see. And that's it. There's nothing else on the way. I'm sure there will be soon. But these are my goals. And if you've listened to me at all throughout this time, my number one love is physical assets. It's silver, it's platinum, it's gold. Silver is definitely my favorite, but I'm venturing out and you know, adding platinum to the stack, and I should probably add more gold to the stack too. I got a lot of goals going on. And what I'm gonna do, and here's where you can laugh and poke fun. I don't want to find out I'm jobless with no income. So I'm doing two things here. Well, three really. I'm considering a new career path. One of them is very, very promising. If this happens, and I may do it anyway. I don't know. I am, and if, you know, I get it. A lot of us in this community don't like stocks, don't like crypto, don't like Bitcoin, don't like ETFs, mutual funds, whatever, banks. My end game is physical assets, land and metal, cash. But, and I was very hardcore. I was a metal only guy for years. But I realized that for me to get more metal, I need to have these things available to me. I need to have these things in my portfolio, in my opinion, so that I can, you know, increase my income through investing to put into physical assets in the end game. And this is where the student becomes the teacher and the teacher becomes the student. About 4 or 5 years ago, I'd say, I turned a buddy of mine, good buddy, known him for, 15 years. One of the few people I can truly count on. And I turned him on to stocks. And he got real interested, and he ran with it. And he's done very, very well for himself. And he didn't have two nickels to rub together at the time, and now he's doing very, very well. And he has been consistently. And he's going to teach me how to trade options, do puts, do calls like he does. And he knows far more about that than me. So I was once the teacher and he was the student, and now I am the student and he is the teacher. And that with anything in life is a wonderful and beautiful thing. When two people can really help and influence each other and teach each other things and combine their resources and their knowledge, I think that's wonderful. So I'm super stoked. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing. Another thing I'm going to be doing is this tube. The fact that it's not full irritates me to no end. So I got to get to work on that. And I have another tube of ASEs that's not out here because it's only got 15. It'll have, I think I got a couple more coming, but it doesn't have 20, and that drives me friggin' insane. Parcel tubes drive me nuts. YouTube doesn't pay the bills. Rumble doesn't pay the bills. By the way, go find me on Rumble, link in the description, please. Hit the like, follow, drop a comment so I know you're there. Obviously, if you're here, hit the subscribe, hit the like, drop a comment. Greatly appreciated. It helps the algorithm, it helps me. But YouTube doesn't pay the bills. It's great. It's extra money, but unless you're a massive channel with a bunch of sponsorships, selling stuff, it's, you know, and I don't do it for the money because there's not a lot of money in it. I do it because I like it. But I have to be realistic. So if I lose my job tomorrow or next week, YouTube's not going to pick up the slack. Rumble certainly isn't going to pick up the slack. But I will continue to do both because I enjoy them. I prefer Rumble because I can say more and be more me, but you know, that's a topic for another video. But the audience is here, so end game, bring them over there, and I hope other channels do the same. And this is where you might laugh. Tomorrow, Sunday, the 18th, I will be completing something I started a long time ago, which is my DoorDash sign up. You know, to be a dasher. Why? It's income. And it means more work. I'll have to track my mileage for the tax write-off. I think it's about 62 or 65 cents a mile in 2023. I don't know what it's going to be this year, but I'm going to take advantage of that because that's a cost. Maintenance is a cost. And is it going to be great money? I don't know. I'm expecting probably anywhere between $350 and $700 a week, maybe $100 a week. But it's something. It's something so I don't have to dip into this, which I am so glad I started stacking when I did. My only regret is that I didn't start stacking earlier. But I do not want to dip into my stack. So I can use that as a means to produce income for myself if I lose my job until I find this other career path I'm considering should that happen. And I may do that anyway. It's pretty lucrative. However, I think if you sign up, you have to use it frequently, you know, at least weekly. I'm not sure. So what I'll probably end up doing is you know, a couple hours after work on my early shifts, I'll probably do some DoorDash stuff, just so that I'm not kicked off the platform or the, you know, whatever. And who knows? Once I get rolling, I tend to like money. I tend to like profits, so I can add more to the stack. Add more to the stock portfolio. I may just drive on my day off. I may drive partially on my other day off. I might go back to working 7 days a week because you know something? We get one chance at life. I hope. I'm kidding. We get one chance at this life, and I got goals. I got dreams. I got wants. I got hungers. I mean, I am hungry, and the last thing I'm going to let happen to me is to go down without a fight. I'm not going to start dipping into my stack. I could be fine without an income for some time, quite some time, but I'm not going to do that. This is for later. So kudos to my DoorDash driver the other day. I didn't notice this till the day after. Listen, I know fast food's terrible. I know it's expensive to have delivery. I do it once in a while. I had some Burger King action. I love the flame broiled. And this person wrote, "You rule constitutional," on the crown. I thought that was really cool. Humor is the spice of life. I tend to tip well. Maybe they did it because they were grateful. I don't know. I do care. But that was great. I love a sense of humor. And it's always nice when someone makes a nice gesture. So whoever you are, I know you're probably not going to catch this, but you friggin' rock. Not a financial advisor, don't have a crystal ball. Find me on Rumble. Find me here. I mean, you're here, but you know what I'm saying. And whatever you do, keep stacking. Really, always, keep stacking.